Yeah, my name's Nicola Bradley and I'm the supervisor of the productive gardens. So I kind of obviously we've got a great team here who kind of work and pretty much know what they're doing, but it's my job daily to just make sure we're on plan with all the work that needs to be done to produce our crop each year, really. The story that most people know Heligan for really is we garden to Victorian times and methods, and it really is kind of homage to the gardeners of that period. When the garden was first discovered, a part of the history that became quite apparent was that the First World War, a lot of the young men that worked on the estate went away for the First World War, and some of them came back, but not all of them came back. And then the times socially were changing in the country. It was very expensive to have a workforce and continue to run a garden as they would have done in the olden days. And also the young men that survived the Great War and came back didn't want to come back and be so subservient and work in those sort of roles anymore. They wanted, they'd seen so much, they wanted more. And that really was the time of the decline when it started. Large country estates and particularly kitchen gardens all over the country. So it's a very sort of important time in the history of kitchen gardens, and we've kind of pinned that point in time really, which is the area that we want to concentrate on and really keep. I mean, as we're not a museum though, that's the great thing about Heligan. It's a working garden, and you can walk in any of the buildings, and there's still the old tools there. We use those tools, all the old storerooms and forcing houses, and pretty much visitors can go into all of those areas, and it's working. We use them. It's not a museum. I mean, it's an amazing job. I mean, you really get to see the seasons, and I find it really hard now to say which is my favourite season, because every season has such a beautiful element to it, and to be outdoors all year round is really quite privileged, and it's also a real privilege to work somewhere like Heligan or any of the, there's so many amazing gardens in the UK, and to sort of to carry on those gardens and to keep maintaining them and take that care in them, and you're kind of working with nature, and obviously you're battling against it some of the time as well, but it's just a really satisfying job, and you go home at the end of the day after a hard day's work, and it's physical and you can be tired, but you feel like you've done a good, honest day's work, and you've got something to show for it. And particularly with vegetable gardens, because obviously, you get to taste the fruits of your labour at the end of the season as well.